I'm Maureen Rogers, and welcome to Curtain Call. And we have some great people here today for the show. First of all, I want to introduce you to Hardman and Jay. They will be doing a little concert, a little fundraiser concert for us at Laurel Mill Playhouse on Sunday, September the 15th. So why don't you introduce yourselves and give us your real names or your stage names and tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Well, I'm George Hardman. I've played in rock and roll bands for about 30 years in this area, and currently I'm hooked up with her as a duo.
I'm Arlene J. I've worked with several bands in the area. I'm currently a member of the Newports, and if anybody remembers, in the early 60s, it is the same band. We have an almost 60-year history. If anybody's ever gone to teen dances at the Bethesda Youth Center, yes, this is the same band. We have the same lead guitar player, and we're still going strong to this day. And I'm also in a duo with this guy.
That's phenomenal. Now, how long have you all, the two of you, been together as a duo?
7 years.
7 years. And how did you meet?
We actually met in small circles playing open mics, and we just met and became friends. In fact, I met her at one of her gigs with one of her old bands. And we didn't sing for the first time together until we met at a karaoke. And we just thought we'd try it out. Well, it hit off so well, we eventually started playing open mics. And that led to us getting offered a couple of jobs.
Oh, that's great. They have been at Laurel Main Street Festival and Riverfest, and now they'll be at Laurel Mill Playhouse on Sunday, September the 15th. How would you describe the music that you play?
It's a mix of oldies, rockabilly, classic rock, country. We throw in a lot of his originals. We do some more current songs if we find one that we like. And we have no rules. We play just about everything.
I like to say, if you have a request, bring it up, and if I know the tune, I'll strum it.
Oh,
if I don't know the tune, I'll fake it.
Oh,
We
that's
always
great.
make an attempt to play requests.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that'll be great for Laurel Mill Playhouse because then people can ask for certain
if
songs
they
to
want
be
to,
sung.
sure.
So,
It helps us too.
yeah. So, where have you all played around Laurel?
Well, we did Main Street Festival, we did Riverfest, the two of us as a duo. We played separately around Laurel. I was in a band in the 90s called Cruise Control. We played at De Janeiro's, which doesn't exist anymore.
Now that's Sapphires now, I think.
It's now
Yeah.
Sapphires, yes. His band played at Sapphires.
That would be the Reverbs back when I was in that band.
Okay.
Before that, I was in the jukebox band, played in a couple of areas out there.
And what brought you all to playing music? You know, like the first time. What made you want to get out there and entertain people with your talent?
For me, it was I was learning how to play guitar, and I started playing along with my brother and a few other people, and the people started saying, why don't you go out and play an open mic? I didn't know what an open mic was. I said, oh, you just get on the stage and play a few songs. Okay. I tried it, and it was like, oh my God. But it was fun. After a while, it caught on, and I started playing various ones, and that's what started me, and to help me develop my guitar playing as well.
And how about you, Arlene?
I started singing in school chorus, and I really liked that a lot. And then I decided that I wanted to break out front. And it was in junior high when I did my first solo performance. It was a John Denver song. And because everybody was singing John Denver songs in 1975. And it just felt great to get out there by myself. And it was all me and a guitar player. And I just wanted more. And I've been wanting more ever since. I did my first open mic in college. We had like a little club on campus where I would get people to accompany me. I tried playing the guitar myself, epic fail. So I just went back to being backed by other musicians, and I've been doing that ever since. And then I think my first professional gig was with a three-piece band. We played at a Mexican restaurant somewhere in Virginia.
That's great.
And it's been ever since.
So who is your favorite? I'm sure you have many, but who is your favorite singer that you like maybe to pattern yourself after?
You know, I used to pattern myself after singers for years. And then I said, there already is that person. Make yourself now. And that's what I've...
That's great.
Yes, I do have favorites. I do have some that, you know, I've learned from. And then I said, okay, well, take what you learned from them and put it into you. Show what you have that they don't have.
That's great. That's great. So you are lean.
Yeah.
You are unique.
Exactly. That's what I strive to be, because I used to try and listen note for note to everything my favorite singers did. And it's fine, like if you go to a place and says, wow, you sound just like, but you don't, you know, they could stay home and listen to that person's record.
That's
you
true.
want to provide a reason for them to go out to see you.
Right, right. And it's a lot of charisma and personality that you guys have.
Yeah,
I mean, I see it
that's
for sure.
That's part of our thing. We're
in your interaction with the
we're wild
crowd.
and crazy.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
it drives some of our friends nuts, but we love it.
Yeah. And how about you? Who do you like especially?
I grew up loving the music of Elvis Presley. It's imagine my lean towards rockabilly as being my specialty. But I've listened to a lot of music over the years, and I wanted to play it all. The Beatles, I fell in love with them.
yeah.
The Rolling Stones, I loved their music. I started listening to blues players. This is what started Elvis and all those that I idolized. And I just started playing different genres, different times, and I got to where I could just say, someone has a request, say it. People say, well, how many songs do you know? And, you know, you pick this book here and say, okay, pick one. And they're like, what, you know all those songs? I said, yes, I do.
I mean, he knows more songs than the artists themselves do. But as for me, you know, if you want some specific artists that influenced me, Patsy Cline was a big
I love her,
influence.
yeah.
Lacey J. Dalton, if you remember her. Tanya Tucker. Yeah, I was
Oh my
into
gosh,
country.
yeah.
And country is what kind of shaped me. And today, everybody compares me to Brenda Lee.
Really?
I remember
That's
the late, great lead singer, Cal Lindley from the Newport, Still Love You. He always used to call me Brenda because of he used to call me the Brenda Lee incarnate. I used to make him
You
cry
kind
when
of
I sang,
resemble each other a little bit, too.
I'm sorry. He said, I don't kiss this record, but I hug it a lot. And God love him, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the lead guitar player, when he made an official introduction, said, you know, we hired this new singer several months ago, and you know, we want to thank her for everything she's doing with us, and we hired Brenda Lee. That's what he said.
I can vouch for that in some ways, because somebody recorded her at a karaoke singing a Brenda Lee song, and when you played it back, nobody guessed it was Arlene J. They thought it was Brenda Lee singing.
Oh,
They really
that's
did.
well. Then please sing a Brenda Lee song.
We'll work one.
on
We'll
that
work
Sunday.
one up, yes.
Know
That would
lots
be
of Brenda
great.
Lee. I just
Okay,
haven't
yeah,
played it
I
for
never have to worry about him not knowing. There are some songs he doesn't know, but they're not very well known. But everything well known, he knows it.
Yeah.
If you want to sing it, he knows it.
Well, we're so thankful that you're coming to Laurel Mill Playhouse and doing this fundraiser for us, and that is on Sunday, September the 15th at 3 p.m., and it'll be for about an hour. And then afterwards, we're going to go next door to one of our favorite restaurants in Laurel, Olive on Main, and kind of hang out with these guys and talk to them. So don't miss this opportunity. And then after that, they're going to be at Riverfest on Main Street, off of Main Street at Riverfront Park on Sunday, September the 29th, between, I don't think you've got your exact time yet, but they're going to be on the second stage, and it'll be sometime between 12 and 5 p.m., so don't miss that. By the time September 15th comes around, we should know the exact time. So do you have a website or a Facebook page?
We have a Facebook page, Hardman and Jay, and that's my last name is spelled Jaye, so you don't get that confused. We don't have an official website. I work through the Facebook page.
Facebook's great.
And you know, we each have our own Facebook pages. So check us out. We're doing other things. We play a lot of farmers markets. We played one yesterday. We played one last Saturday. We're playing one the day before the fundraiser
Oh, wow.
at Laurel Mill Playhouse. That's what we've been doing a lot of. We did the Montgomery County Fair with 2 friends of ours as a group called Tired of Waiting. We're going to be playing the Silver in Bethesda. That's a upscale version of the Silver Diner, and we love playing there.
Okay.
And yeah, we got a lot
Busy,
of great
popular
things.
people.
Yes, we are.
So be
We
sure
did
and
a
come.
tour of farmers markets.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did Durwood, Shady Grove. We did Alney last Sunday to help out a friend of ours, and
That's
it's
great.
been fun. It's been a great season.
Great. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you all, and you should all come too. And so it's Sunday, September the 15th, 3 o'clock. You can buy your tickets online at laurelmillplayhouse.org, or you can also buy them at the door. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, thank
Now
you.
you all stay tuned, because we're going to have some cast and crew from the next show at Laurel Mill Playhouse, which is the Girls of the Garden Club. Welcome back to Curtain Call, and we are delighted to have cast and crew from our next show at Laurel Mill Playhouse, the Girls of the Garden Club. So why don't you introduce yourselves and tell us what part you're playing?
Hi, my name is Phyllis Kay, and I play the role of Zelda. Zelda is one of the girls.
And I am Maia Krapcho, and I'm playing Angelica, also one of the girls in the club.
And there are many girls in this garden
yes,
club.
a
Many,
very
many
large
girls, and
cast.
we've had such a ball. Anybody that you've seen on the stage at Laurel Mill Playhouse is probably on this stage.
Probably.
So it's been a great time. Phyllis, why don't you talk about the whole story, because it's so much fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's about a garden club full of women from, well, let me see if I remember this. Upper North Hohokus Little Lake, which is the name of the place it's from. And it's, you know, it's about the relationships between these ladies, and a little bit of intrigue, who's going to be president, who's not going to be president, sparkled in between with lots of different kinds of characters, which makes it a lot of fun.
It really is a lot of fun.
Yes.
As we rehearse, people are laughing.
Yes,
you
you
know,
will laugh if you
just
come
during
see
rehearsal,
it.
because it is so much fun.
Yeah.
So what brought you to this show, Maia?
I have just, every time Laurel Mill has something that I'm available for, I'm going to audition for it, because it's just such a good time. The people there, the theater itself is just cozy and comfortable, and you just feel welcomed there. So that's why I came out this time. I was available. Basically.
That is great to hear. And what have you done before at Laurel Mill Playhouse? You were in Spider's Web, right?
I was in Spider's Web. I got to play Miss Peak in Spider's Web. And prior to that, I was in House, which was an original play.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That's right. That was directed by Daniel Johnston, who is directing the next show, which you're in, and also crew also, right?
I am assistant stage managing that show, but I am playing Sarah Osborne in Afflicted, which is a prequel, sort of, to The Crucible.
It's great around
Yeah.
October time. You don't want to miss that. And Phyllis and I have been relatives on stage.
Right. We
So
call
many
each other
sisters.
We call each other sisters because in several of the roles, 2 or 3 at least, we've been cast as sisters. You know, in a play, there are usually not too many roles for women of a certain age, which is what you and I are.
And certain hair colors, too.
Exactly. And if I was fortunate enough to be 2 roles, we played the sisters in Arsenic and Old
That was
Lace.
so
We
much
played
fun.
the sisters in an Agatha Christie play called A Murder is Announced. Those are 2 that come to mind. And
Right,
I go
right.
back a long way with Laurel Mill, you know.
And we played, I think we've been sisters-in-law also, somewhere along the line.
Yes, yes.
So what brought you to do this play?
Well, the
besides me
timing-
dragging you.
No, you didn't drag me. I came on my own free will, and I love to do more, but usually I have too many things going on. I'm retired now, and believe it or not, I'm busier than when I was working. But this fit just the right time frame, and the fact that there were 17 roles for women meant there was probably a good chance I might get cast.
Yes.
And the reason we picked this show is because we had done Agatha Christie, which had a lot of men in it, Spider's Web, and we had done One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and I felt that it was time to get a show that had a lot of women in it.
That's right.
Larry Simmons is directing it, and he's still so thankful to me. He's having a great time.
Yes, you can see how much he laughs
Yeah.
at rehearsals.
Yeah.
There's a jolly laughter.
So what do you like about this particular show? You know, with the people that you are acting with, because it can be kind of frantic with so many people on the stage. You don't know where to stand, where to sit. You know.
Well, it's okay. I mean, we just work it out. There are so many of us, and most of us are experienced actors, and we kind of figure it out, and
Yeah.
it makes it a lot of
Yeah.
fun to have so many different kinds of characters to interact with. I don't know how you feel.
Yeah, and that is part of it, is that there are so many people that there's a lot of side going on. While the main stuff is over here, all of these other little groups are interacting amongst themselves. So it's really fun that way.
Yes, I hear you have something going on with Marge on the stage.
Yes.
So
we
when you come to the
do.
show, look for a little bottle of
A
sorts.
flask of sorts.
But it's been a very cooperative effort.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
People making room for other people, looking out for each other,
Right.
and just really having a great time. And it's set in the 70s, so that's been a lot of fun.
If you say so.
In the
The
70s,
costumes are gorgeous.
yeah, it'll bring back memories for sure.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
a little more stereotypical of the way women's roles used to be.
Right,
You know,
right.
40 years ago.
And the plant names, they use the, I don't know what is it the real names or the Latin names? Is that what it is, do you think?
They're using both.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know how. Thankfully, my character does not say any of those names because
It's a little, what's the word? It's not dirty, it's a little
Some of the names, even some of the Latin names are
Right.
a little,
risque. Risque is a
that's
good
it.
word for it, but not that anybody, it's a great family show, not that
Right.
anybody would
Oh,
pick
yeah,
up, yeah.
definitely.
you
There's
know, but
nothing in it
it's just
that-
so funny, it's like a hidden undercurrent under there of
Hidden.
those particular names that I never knew the
No.
real names of them. So, well, and it does go from September the 13th through October the 6th, and be sure and get your tickets ahead of time, because with so many people in the cast, there's going to be a lot of friends and
Yes.
family
that's
coming to
true.
this.
That's the best way to attract
Yeah.
large audiences.
Right,
but-
right. So you can get them at laurelmillplayhouse.org. So we'll take a brief break here, and then we'll talk to 2 more cast members, one of which is also the costumer for the show. So thank you all so much for coming, and it's going to be a great time starting next Friday.
Yeah, we're really excited.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Be back in a minute.
Two identical cars leave their identical homes at exactly the same time. One driver pays close attention to their surroundings and obeys the posted speed limit. The other hurries through their neighborhood, going a little bit too fast, not paying attention. A group of children are playing in their front yard, and a ball rolls out into the street. One car stops, and nothing else happens. The other, well, Let's just say it can change lives forever. Keep kids alive. Drive 25.
Welcome back to Curtain Call. And we have two actresses from the Girls of the Garden Club, one who is doubling as the costumer. So please introduce yourselves and tell us what part you're playing.
Hi, I'm Marge McGugan, and I play Francine. I'm also the double as the costumer.
And I'm Becky Batt, and I play Dee Dee.
Well, welcome to the show. And one of the things about you, Marge, that people cannot miss is her bird calls. I mean, they are hysterical.
That's true, very true.
Don't come for anything, but come for these bird calls. Penny Martin also does bird calls too.
Yes.
It's so wonderful. How did you come up with that?
They're actually my physical warm-ups for my singing group.
Is that right?
Yes, it loosens up the lips and everything like that.
Wow. We're waiting for you to come back to rehearsal on Sunday because the Girls of the Garden Club have a Girls of the Garden Club song, and we need your help on that.
Yeah, no
Definitely,
problem.
definitely.
Yes.
And Becky, you play Dee Dee, who is a hysterical character. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I think Dee Dee likes flowers more than people and is kind of in her own world and talks to flowers.
That's right, because as the line goes, she shows more passion to her night blooming Sirius than she does her husband.
Yes.
But you are a stitch on stage. She's so out there, so bubbly. Before you retired, what did you do?
I was a social worker for a long, long time. Worked with children and adoption, worked with older people, did a lot of different things, but always in social work.
That's great. And you were a teacher, right? The last thing you did?
Yes, I
Yeah.
was a family and consumer science teacher. Most of us grew up knowing it as home ec, but that's where, we did the cooking and sewing and stuff like that, but I always took mine to the trade type thing. So my kids were caterers and they did costuming for the school plays.
That's amazing.
So yeah, we really did pretty well with that.
Yeah. So the costuming for this has been kind of fun. I mean, we've all kind of gone out on our own, and you've guided us in the right places. But it's 1970s, which
It was a very interesting period. It was a fun one to research because as I'm looking at the 1970s fashions and I'm looking in the stores, there's an awful lot that hasn't really left. Some of it should have gone, but a lot of it still is in fashion.
Right.
And you can get something that's classic 70s.
Yeah.
Especially with the wide droopy sleeves and the crisscrosses at the neckline. Yeah.
and the Bohemian style was
Bohemian
that?
style, yes,
yeah.
with lots of embroidery around the neckline and everything.
Yeah. My
Long-
mother used to call me her hippie child because, of course, I was in my 20s in the 70s, and I just wore bell-bottom jeans and peasant kind of shirts.
Exactly.
And long hair.
Embroidered jeans were really big then. So I think
And they're back.
They're back. They're back. Yes. In fact, I think Karen has a set of embroidered jeans that she's going to try and get into, one of the scenes.
Oh, that's great. I just went to the Appaloosa Festival, and I saw somebody in, what do they call them, elephant leg jeans? Where it flares out from there. Was that 70s?
Yes, that's very 70s, like palazzo pants, but longer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I had such wide bell bottoms that
Yes.
I always stepped on them.
Yeah.
And my
you were supposed
grandmother
to.
hemmed up my pants once, and I had to unhem them because
Yeah.
I didn't want them like that.
It was
Yes.
definitely a fun time. And the hairstyles, was that when the mullet came out, sort of?
No, that was more 80s.
More 80s?
Yeah. This was leftover 60s, and you still had the shaggy doos, and sometimes everybody looked like they just got out of bed. Bedhead was in.
Oh. Becky, what do you like about your character? Because your character is so much fun.
I think I like that she is just kind of ditzy. She's in her own world. She's happy. She's very happy because she doesn't pay attention that much to anybody around her. And flowers make her feel good.
Yeah.
When she's upset a little bit by something, she goes and talks to flowers, and that makes her feel better.
And there's a lot of one-liners in this show that just make people just fall on the floor. It's funny all the way through, but beginning till the end.
Yes.
And you don't find plays like this that often. This is by John Patrick, and he also wrote Curious Savage, which was also a very funny play that we did. So it's just been a lot of fun. I've learned more about flowers than I thought I would, and plants.
And it's just very lighthearted, the
Yeah.
whole thing.
And
It doesn't have a deep message. It's just fun.
Yeah. And we have a great lead. Her name is Sam David. She plays Rhoda, and she's just super in the role.
She is.
And what do you think? Why do you think people should come to see this show?
Oh, it is a refreshing night out. It really is so much fun. Just to see everybody, even those of us that don't have really super huge roles, we get up there and we're just almost being ourselves. It's like so freeing.
It is. It really is.
It is.
Yeah. And it's just very light, very fun, which is good to see in these days. When there's a lot of very, very heavy, upsetting news, it's nice to have something that's the opposite.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
just joyful.
And if you happen to belong to a garden club, please reach out to me at Maureen C. Rogers at gmail.com, because you'll get a special rate on the tickets.
All right.
I know there's one garden club in Laurel. I'm trying to find more, but we're trying to get people from garden clubs there for special discounts. So please do that. It's been so great having you both.
Oh, thank you.
And it's been so much fun being with you for these past 5, 6, 7 weeks we've been rehearsing.
Yes.
So please come and share in that joy. You will be rolling in the aisles for sure. And it'll be a trip back in nostalgia, right? Back to the 70s to see what we
Definitely.
have going.
Yes.
So thank you again. If you have questions, you can reach out to me at MaureenCRogers@gmail.com or call 301-617-9906 and press 2. And we can answer some of your questions. But the best thing to do is get your tickets early online at laurelmillplayhouse.org. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.